Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the meeting to order. We're going to do the pledge of the flag, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to ask for a motion to close the meeting so we can have our public hearing on ordinance number 268.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so ordinance 268, this is the one with the relating to animals, disorderly house nuisances, noise, property maintenance, rental housing, vehicles, etc. We'd like to, if anybody has any discussions or is here to discuss that, is there something else that has to come up about this first, though?
I think so.
Does somebody have something they wanted to bring up about a change in this ordinance?
I'll do that.
Okay.
In regard to this ordinance, I want to, the mayor and council and staff want to make it perfectly clear that mayor, other staff, or official designated shall have the right to enter upon private premises. Don't get alarmed yet. But without entering homes, buildings, garages, or other enclosed improvements or structures on the premises for the purpose of determining the existence and or abatement of a condition specified in 122-3. So again, without entering homes, buildings, garages, or other enclosed improvements or structures on the premises. So I think we can go from there.
Okay.
Correct.
Is there any discussion? Anybody that wants to speak, has questions, anything?
Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay. I just wanted special thanks to Vince for putting that on there and making that clear, and then also Mr. Bowman who talked last time. So we just want to be. I think he was correct in the fact that we interpret a certain way, and I feel like we're going to act a certain way, but we also set something for future councils and mayors.
Yeah, I think clarifying it was good. We meant the same
Yep.
thing the whole time, but let's clarify it because we all may not be here at the next term or in a couple terms down the road. That way it covers it. Does anybody else have any questions or concerns or comments before we move on? Okay. Can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion we close the public hearing and resume the regular meeting.
I'll second that. Oh, go ahead.
Second.
Okay, thank you all. Now, welcome. We're going to move on for now. Could I have a motion for the receipt of September 9th, 2025 minutes?
I'll make a motion for the receipt of the September 2025 minutes.
I'll second it.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Great, that carries. Also, a motion for the receipt of the August 2025 Treasurer's Report.
I'll make a motion we receive the August 2025 Treasurer's Report.
And I'll second it.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries. And one more. September 2025 check register.
I'll make a motion we receive the September 2025 check register.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries as well. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go into the mayor's report. I have a lot to cover, and I'll cover the basics, and then we'll move on to a couple other things we want to discuss. Yard waste pickup is every Wednesday through December 18th, as we've discussed, the clippings and the size they have to be and things like that. If you have any questions, you can certainly go onto our website. The water bills were mailed out October 1st, due October 30th. Turn-offs are scheduled for November 19th. Bulk trash pickup, October 15th. You have to first call Hughes, and then they will set it up, and they will pick it up for you. Brush pickup is October 16th. Just remember that your pile can't exceed 4 feet in height, 4 inches in width, and 8 inches in length. Each property will receive one pickup. I'll let Vince talk more about this. I'll just mention it. There's a haunted trails October 17th and 18th at Charlotte's Quest. Hydrant flushing is October 28th and 29th starting at 9 p.m. So remember, you will probably get to see some brown water when you turn it on and things like that. Give it a little bit of time. It should clear out. Leaf pickup is every Monday beginning October 27th through December 1st. Residents need to be aware that if the weather's bad, it may take Public Works longer to get all to the street, so please be patient with them. Halloween will be October 31st. Trick-or-treating will be from 6 to 8 p.m. for children 12 years old or younger in costume with the house with the lights on. If the lights aren't on, please, please, please go to the next house. I'm sure there will be plenty to cover. Office is closed on Tuesday, November 11th for Veterans Day and November 27th and 28th for Thanksgiving. We are going to talk tonight a little bit about when we can have the meeting for November, because we're not going to have the meeting on the 11th due to it being Veterans Day, and people have things they do that day to celebrate. Special thanks to Brandon Martz on his 5-year service in the town, so he has 5 years in. And let's see, I am going to give a proclamation for the Carroll Media Center. Sherry, if you would come up, we'll get through this one, and then we can move on to the rest and get it all taken care of. Proclaim to the citizens of the town of Manchester, Maryland. The Community Media Center of Carroll County provides community members, nonprofit organizations, schools, and government agencies with the resources to produce and distribute digital media content of importance to their local communities. And the Community Media Center plays a vital role in civic participation by providing coverage of municipal meetings, such as this one, local elections, and community events. The Community Media Center uses innovative digital technology and content to inform, engage, and connect the many voices in our community. Now, therefore, I, Melinda Smith, Mayor of the town of Manchester and the state of Maryland, hereby proclaim October 20th, 2025 as Community Media Day. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I would also like to discuss, for anybody who knows or doesn't know, our playground outside in Christmas Tree Park we were on the council the first time, Jen, and I think Vince, you were too. Steve, you were here for it as well. Kelly was here. Most of us were here then. Haley's Wish is a foundation that was started for Haley Miller, who is actually Jen's niece, and they started doing things to make our playground ADA compliant. We built the ADA compliant playground with money that they raised, grants that we got, money from the town, different things like that. And what year was that, Jen? We were just trying to figure that out. 12 to 15 years ago. I was on council the first time.
It was right before I was on council, so it would have been
13 or 14 years
like
ago.
13 years ago.
Somewhere around then. Anyway, we did that. It's been upgraded. They've done a lot of things with raising money, fundraisers. They help us every time we do things. We were actually just getting ready to upgrade it, the ground on it, so it would be ADA compliant, so they could ride their wheelchairs and things on it as well. Unfortunately, she passed away last week. So, we would like to dedicate the playground to Haley in the spring. Sorry, I'm getting emotional because I talked to her mom about it. I'm surprised you weren't. You should be doing this. But anyway, on a different note, sorry about that. So we would like to do that. So we're all going to take a vote on that tonight. I don't think that's going to be too hard, but let's take a vote on in the spring. We'll figure out what we're going to name it. Haley's mom is going to help us to design the signs and things like that. We'll have a ribbon cutting. It'll be a whole thing in the spring. Okay. So I'd like to take a vote that we do this and make the dedication in the spring. A motion, or however we have to do it.
I'm not sure if we need a motion, but if we do, I'd like to make a motion that we do proceed with dedicating the inclusive playground equipment in memory of Haley.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I knew it would, but I still have to do it the right way. Okay, now, the next thing we're going to do, we have a couple of proclamations we're going to get through. So let's start with the Mayor's Appreciation Certificate, or Certificate of Appreciation for all the police officers. So if you could all come up. Let me get all my things together here. Got the whole list. Okay. Okay. Who's taking pictures of this? Somebody got a camera? Kelly? No? Oh, come on, Martin. Get over here. Come on over. So, in appreciation for the dedication and commitment to our community by the members of the Manchester Police Department, I want to recognize the sincere dedication and commitment to keeping our community safe, as we are one of the safest, by the way. I commend all of you and your efforts for consistently lowering crime, maintaining our great quality of life, and recognizing the importance of community partnership. Thank you very, very much.
They're lesser toes.
So come on up here. Okay.
You could have rolled on your lesser toes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I would have been okay with that.
Got all these practical jokes.
That's his nickname now.
Here, I'll stand. Scooter.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I'll hold that for now. Next, I'm going to be Phoenix this time.
Okay. I just don't want you to have to get up. Yeah.
So this is a proclamation to the citizens of the town of Manchester for you. Here. I have to go on this microphone. She says I don't speak loud enough. I don't really do that. This on? I don't know how to turn it on. I don't really want to. Okay, thank you. Okay, whereas Officer Phoenix Russell has honorably served both his country and his community with unwavering dedication and courage, and whereas while serving the Manchester Police Department, Officer Russell answered the highest call to duty by serving overseas in the United States Armed Forces, demonstrating exceptional bravery, discipline, and commitment to protecting the freedoms we hold dear. And whereas during his military service, Officer Russell represented the values of integrity, service, and sacrifice, earning the respect of his fellow service members. And whereas upon returning home, Officer Russell continued his legacy of service with the Manchester Police Department, bringing with him the leadership, experience, and strength of character forged during his time overseas. And whereas his unique perspective as both an active duty military member and a police officer enriches our department and serves as a powerful example of civic duty and selflessness to the citizens of Manchester. Let it be known that Officer Russell's contributions, both overseas and serving the citizens of our town in Carroll County, Maryland, are valued, and you have our deepest respect and appreciation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and Town Council for the town of Manchester, Maryland, do hereby honor and recognize Officer Phoenix Russell for his courageous military service overseas and his continued commitment to protecting and serving the people of Manchester. This proclamation is issued on the day of the 14th of October, 2025, in recognition of your service and self-sacrifices. Thank you. And thank you all for taking care of covering while he was away. Everybody did their part. Everybody did their part. Up with me, Phoenix. Where's Chief?
Let me redo that.
Oh, what?
You guys get a picture.
You get with him. No, you get. Oh, you'll get on the other side of him? Yeah. Come on. Wait a minute, let you keep it in. I would dress better, but I would not keep it.
Toe braces are.
What are you doing now?
Just do this one, and then you want to let him do his, and then let me do mine?
Oh, we'll do Alan together, or have him come up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the color?
Sure. You wanna go first? Sure. Or you want me?
No, go.
So those of you who are in attendance, my name is Alan Culver. I work for the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office. I'm special counsel for State's Attorney Haven Shoemaker. So I'm here with a proclamation for Ron Garner. Ron, for your outstanding service and dedication to the residents of Carroll County, July 1985 to October 2025, 40 years of not only public service, but supporting public safety for Carroll County. So Carroll County State's Attorney's Office thanks you for all your hard work, and we appreciate it.
Come on up here, Ron. So for the community, like the state's attorney said, Ron joined the Carroll County Law Enforcement Team in 1985. He was first serving Westminster. And then in 2011, he came on board with the Manchester Police Department, and he continued his service. When he joined the police department in 2011, as most of the council members up here know, they were kind of going through a little bit of a rebranding process with the police department. I was hired as chief, and I got to thank Ron a lot. We had some problems we had to take care of. We had to rebrand the police department, and this guy and Zeb stuck by my side. A lot of you don't know, Main Street was off the hook. He was writing search warrants. He was serving search warrants. At one time, we outperformed the Carroll County Task Force, the Drug Task Force, and he played a big part in cleaning up Main Street. Our Part 1 crime was off the hook, and we were averaging about 58 to 60 Part 1 crimes a year, and it was just Manchester wasn't going in the direction that it was supposed to be. And him and then the team that joined us and Sergeant Martin Runk, they continued that strong partnership with the community, and we now got it where we average about 6 Part 1 crimes a year. And crime's been down, the streets are quiet, and it's the way it should be. And it's because of guys like all of them, and I wish our new officer was here. She's off. We have a new officer. She has picked up, she's jumped right on board with the way we do things around here, and it's all heading in the right direction. But Ron, yeah, right. Ron, we're going to miss you, but you are staying on board. He's going to join the administrative side, helping me, and as well as the administrative side, helping the town manager. So he's going to continue his service. I think you got 14 years here now.
Yes, sir.
He plans on doing 20 more. But he's been a great help. He's a crisis intervention officer. He plays a big part with our community that where kids, unfortunately, and adults are having some mental problems. Ron plays a big part in handling those situations. And he takes care of a lot of my audits. He's kept the state off my butt. So that's always a good thing. And you've been doing it for 41 years, man. That's a long time. I'm proud of you. And the citizens definitely thank you. We thank you on behalf of all of us. I appreciate it. Can I just say, just a little tidbit. When you joined the police department, you know how much gas was? $1.20 a gallon. $1.20 a gallon. That's how much gas was. Houses, you get about $75,000.
Yeah.
Right? Big time. And Phoenix and Spencer, where are you? They weren't even born yet. Good job.
Zeb was at least one.
So was I.
Martin, I can't speak for you right now.
No, Martin's old like us.
We're coming back up here, Ron. We're gonna present you in appreciation for 40 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Carroll County, Manchester Police Department, Westminster Police Department from 1985 till current. We wanna say congratulations. Thank you.
Get one more.
You want, yeah, you go ahead.
Now, come on, John.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. And I don't know if anybody heard me, but thank everybody, all the police for coming when Phoenix is away, because everybody's doing overtime, working their days off, so thank you, everyone. Okay. All right, did I miss anything, Kelly, Matt, that you know of? Okay, good. Okay, good. If I didn't, let me know. Okay. Town administration and public works report, please.
Okay, I'm not sure I can follow that. Try. Okay, so the Christmas tree park lighting project, the lights and poles have been delivered. We are still waiting on a start date from the contractor. I believe they said they were going to try and wait till after October to let football kind of wind down on that upper field. The wastewater treatment project that we talk about every month. We had a meeting with CDM Smith, MDE, and town staff, was held last week. And MDE has some major concerns on the design in regards to the sizing. And they also advised us that if they don't get satisfactory answers, it could impact our funding as far as amounts that they would be eligible for. So we're going to work through that and see where we end up. That's about what I have on that at this point. So
Sizing as far as the proposed design is too small or too large?
too large.
Okay.
Too much volume for our flow. We're not looking to do a capacity increase. The state believes that the sizing of the basins, the clarifiers, and the equipment, we may have process problems.
And this was not our design. This is a design that we're having done, so we weren't trying to overdo it. It's what they designed. So now the state's going to bring it down a little, I think, so we can all work it out.
So that may have a positive impact at the end, as the cost of construction may be lower, but the engineer and the state will have to work through all their design numbers and see where they end up.
Assuming they have to, assuming they have to make some changes, I'm assuming that's going to be more cost on the design side.
Well, I mean, if it's an error on their side, it shouldn't impact our
Okay, just sure.
what we pay to them. So, but we will have to, I guess, cross that bridge when we figure out if it is actually over-designed, oversized. So our PFAS project, we talked to the state finance people 2 weeks ago. I'm waiting on an email back to recap what we discussed in the meeting, but the director of finance, director of public works, and a couple other people were in that meeting where they said basically the loan would be forgiven. So I think we still have to basically get bonds and stuff like that to cover the interim during construction, and then it would be basically refunded and paid off. Kelly, want to speak any of that? Or?
So basically, what would happen is we would go in it as it would be a bond, so we'd have to get bond counsel. They go and prepare a financing package, and then we do the bond closing and so forth. We probably will have to like pre-fund some of the expenses until all that's handled. It goes to Board of Public Works and so on and so forth. But that it would be a loan forgiveness. The bonds in place in the event that something that we don't hold up are part of the deal. And that's their way of being able to go after our revenues if something were to happen. But
Yeah, basically, we had to have a complete project before they would give us the money to repay any expenses. Our design engineer has been given their notice to proceed on September 22nd. We also are going to reapply for more funding beginning of November, December, when the application period opens, just so we have more in case the final design cost ends up over what the initial PR estimate was. And they said that would not jeopardize our current funding that we have earmarked. They won't guarantee funding until you go to a closing, but we're on the books for this project at the state. The stormwater facility behind the wastewater treatment plant, I don't have a current update on this project at this time. My last update was the county and the property owner were negotiating still. The Main Street trees and sidewalks. I have a permit to remove 3 dead trees. One is down by Sheets, one is across from the fire station, and I forget where the other one is. We are on the contractor's schedule to get those removed, tentatively sometime in November with the way he's booked out. If he gets an opening earlier, he will stop in and take those 3 trees down. As far as the sidewalks go, we talked to a couple contractors to get pricing to see what it would look like to repair our sidewalks that the trees have basically destroyed. Some of these sidewalks are up 4 or 5 inches from where they should be. End of the month we should have some quotes back on that, so we'll see what kind of funding we would have to do or how we would work with property owners or what our options are at that point. But we need kind of a number to see what funding would look like. The crosswalk refurbishment project. I got an email from Andrew from the state today. They have a contractor lined up. They're trying to get a meeting scheduled within the next week or two to actually bring them to town to show them, and he would have more after that. The Watershed Action Plan grant for Westside Memorial Park there for the stream. I talked to Orman today from Hanover Land Services. Their original, it's called a QAP, it's basically a quality action plan, has been submitted. He said they had 25 pages of comments on it, and they're working through that. He said currently there's nobody at MDE or EPA to review it, so it's in the queue as soon as they open back up. So that has slowed that project down a little bit. The Hometown Heroes program, I talked to the Legion in Hampstead, and unfortunately they are unable to help us with this project. But I did apply for a grant this morning from the Civil War Heritage area to see if we could get any kind of funding to help us offset the cost of those banners and hardware. It's a 1-for-1 match, and we won't know till January if we've been approved. The T-Mobile lease for on top of the York Street tank has been signed, so they are here for another 25 or 30 years. And I had an email from a gentleman that would like to do some geocaching at Charlotte's Quest. I don't know if Vince has heard about this or not in one of their meetings. He's requesting approval to do geocaching locations at the park, approximately 5 or 10 spots. The board from the Nature Center says they approve of this because it could bring people to the park, which is always a good thing. So I guess I need the council's opinion. Do they want this person to come in and talk to the council before a motion, or how do we want to handle that? Would you like them to come in?
I certainly would, because I don't know what geocaching is.
I'm not quite sure either. I think you hide stuff in the woods and people go find it.
What?
It's kind of like a hide and seek, and you have your phone, and you go, if I understand it correctly.
I think if
And you
that's what they
kinda
were describing, like a GPS-based
It's like
hide
a
and seek.
GPS-based thing, it's like a hide and seek, but for adults, I don't know. But yes, they
Yes.
can come in,
I
'cause
be-
that way we know what they're going
Yeah.
to be doing.
I believe there are already a couple spots down there from what the parks people have told me.
I don't
So,
doubt it, but we're going to officially.
no, that's fine. So I will arrange that and see if he's available for our next meeting. You have the monthly code enforcement update in front of you. The Equine Meadows, we have no updates on that project. Have not heard anything from the developer in months at this point. Not sure where they stand. The Maverick One solar project, I was down at the wastewater plant. It looks like the arrays are being constructed. And I think that is all Haley's Wish project. They did start that construction up there this week. So,
When is it projected to be finished, do you know?
probably the end of the month, beginning of next month sometime.
Okay.
They have a week or so of prep work at the site to do, and then the tiles are supposed to show up, I think, a week or two from now, and I think
Because
it's a
it'll be
week
shut
to
down, I mean,
install.
it's cold now somewhat, but it'll
Yeah.
be shut down for a little period of time, just so everybody knows if it's locked off, then for a couple weeks, probably,
Yeah.
that's why.
And that is with the redesigned tile pattern.
That is correct, yes. Haley's Wish Foundation dove into it and gave a really nice design for the tile laid out. I'm excited to see what it looks like when it's finished. So I think that is all I have for the administrative report. Are there any questions on that?
No. When you get to the water, I have a question.
Okay. Okay, moving on to the Public Works report submitted by our Director of Public Works, Rodney Coons. You have half of the wastewater and water data for the month. The second page didn't print, so I can get that to you guys. Water and wastewater, already spoke about reapplying for more grant assistance through MDE in November. We're in the very early stages of design. We're still at 0%. We're working on trying to get our monthly progress meetings set up. So hopefully within a month or two, we have a little bit more info I can give you. The wastewater treatment plant upgrade, we spoke on that. They're at 90% design, but I feel like with the state's comments, that might go back some. The effluent pump station repairs are completed, so we have both pumps back in service now. And we have another air leak down at the wastewater treatment plant on the tank. So we are gathering proposals to have that welded and repaired. On the parks and maintenance side, the Christmas tree park fencing project is completed. We did that all in-house. It looks very nice if you haven't seen it. They installed a total of 234 posts on that project. The street paving project, we are 90% complete. There's a couple housekeeping items. They are going to stripe York Street Sunday night, weather pending, of course. Spoke about Haley's Wish. They are working on that. And I spoke about the Seafield lights. And we have 2 action items from Public Works tonight. One is
Before we
for...
go there, can I ask a question about the water before we move off the water?
Mhm.
So are we having an issue at Manchester Valley again,
As far as...
water usage?
Yes.
On the bottom here, 228,000.
Yes, school year started up. They have I believe they have a new athletic director or somebody new to the school that did not know about the time clock for the water, for the irrigation for the field. And talking with our superintendent of water, it was basically running like 24/7. He went down, talked to them. They set the time clock, and our water usage has returned to normal.
Okay, so we're keeping an eye on that, obviously, because we don't want to go through last year and the year before and the year before and the year before. I think every year we have to keep going back there. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, so our director or our superintendent of water has made contact with the
Okay,
school personnel down there.
just making sure. We're keeping everybody else tight on their water, and I want to
Yeah.
make sure that we're doing the same for them.
Yes. All right, so 2 action items. One of them is for our stormwater management drains and piping repair. So we can do that one first. So we solicited proposals through public purchase. We received 1 bid for those. One contractor was a no-show for the pre-bid, and the other opted not to submit a bid. So this project entails refurbishing 12 stormwater inlets and replacing 2 pipes. And the lowest responsible bid was White Pine Construction at $60,186. And we have budgeted $80,000 for this project.
Anybody have any questions?
I do.
Yes.
Go ahead, Chris.
So White Pine was the one that actually gave us the bid, but it looks like we're trying to award it to Stanballs instead.
Yes, I just noticed that. I think that's a typo there.
And there's a $10,000 difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a typo there.
Are we going to table this?
So Stanbowles.
Yeah, we can table this till,
Unless you have an answer, Steve.
No, Stanbowles was a no-show and HTL
Yep.
opted out.
Right, so that doesn't make
And then-
sense why we do that.
Yeah.
no, I did not catch that when I reviewed this. So if we want, we can table that till next month.
Yes,
We will.
Okay. Okay, so the second action item from Public Works is we have some spots in town that need patched. A couple of them were water main breaks after we bid the original resurfacing project. So there are 2 patches on Long Lane, 2 patches on Maiden Lane, 1 on Pyramid Circle, and 1 on Mindy Drive. We received 2 bids from contractors. The lowest responsible bidder was White Pine Paving for $48,217. Are there any questions on this?
So the change order, if I'm reading this correct, you put in for a potential change order through the current contractor, which was C.J. Miller.
Correct.
Is that their change order price?
Correct.
Okay. And then you thought, okay, maybe we should bid this out and so on and
Correct.
so forth, okay.
So then these are the, maybe I misunderstood, but these are the ones that they just redid?
No. These are ones that we either had a water leak or
Okay.
some issue
Okay,
after
because
we
my question
originally
was gonna
bid.
be, why wouldn't they
Yeah.
stand behind their work?
No,
if it
no,
was what they
these are
paid.
additional to what the
Okay.
rehabilitation contract included.
And we are well within budget from what I'm reading.
Correct, yes.
Any more questions? Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we go with White Pine Paving Incorporated for $48,217 to do 4 areas of patching.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that passes.
And that is all I have for Director of Public Works report.
So now we're going to have a discussion on ordinance 268, amending various provisions within the chapters relating to animals, disorderly house nuisances, noise, property maintenance, rental housing, vehicles, etc. Does the council have, we already had public hearing, obviously. Does the council have any questions on it? We have Mr. McCarron here if we do have any questions here to answer. Okay, want to make a motion?
Before you make the motion, do you have to include what Vince said about,
I think it'll be in the motion
okay,
about the change.
Mhm.
You know, okay. Right, we have to do an official motion with that in it,
With the amendment.
with the amendment, yes.
Well, I'll make a motion that we accept resolution number 022025 regarding increase the rental housing license fee. Oh,
Right.
I'm on the
We're on
wrong one.
ordinance.
I'm sorry. Where is it?
268,
I'll just say 268 then.
yeah.
Sorry. I'll make a motion that we accept ordinance 268 with the following amendment. Mayor or other staff or official designated shall have the right to enter upon private premises, but without entering homes, buildings, garages, or other enclosed improvements or structures on the premises for the purpose of determining the existence and/or abatement of a condition specified in 122-3 for the purpose of conducting an inspection pursuant to 122-4. Upon compliance with all applicable provisions of law, including the issuance of a municipal infraction.
Mr. McCarron, is that all correct? Okay, thank you. Okay,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries and it passes, ordinance 268. Resolution number 02-2025, increasing the rental housing fee from $50 a year per unit to $100 a year per unit. It was approved last month, but has to be done through a resolution, so we have to make a motion and do it that way, please.
I make a motion, we accept resolution number 022025, increasing the rental housing fee from $50 a year per unit to $100 a year per unit.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, resolution passes 02-2025. This is just an introduction of ordinance number 270, which is correcting the water unit rates for larger meters to match the billing. So There was an error in the paperwork. It is not changing. It is what it is as of right now, but we have to correct the information. So this is just an introduction. Next month, we will vote on that, correct? Okay. Is that correct? Okay. Okay. All right. Questions or comments from the community? I have one person on the list, and we'll start with that. Jake Lawson, would you like to come up here and state your name and address, and then what you'd like to speak about, please? Yes, please.
Jake Lawson, 2812 Whitman Court, Crossroads Overlook. We've had some issues with street parking. I've been up here several times over the last few years to say something. I'm not talking about parties where people are parking on the street. I'm talking about every single day, people parking on the street. It's becoming an increasing problem at two particular addresses that just happen to be next to mine. And now they're parking parallel next to each other. It creates a problem, obviously a bottleneck. I mean, school buses can't get down the street. Trash trucks have problems getting down the street. I've came up here just last week and spoke with a young lady at the front desk and said something. She mentioned about sending an email with some pictures to show, which I have. However, I haven't gotten a response yet, so I'm not sure if the emails are going out into the ether or if somebody's actually getting these emails. But it presents a problem, so I'd like to know if there's a solution. I know that this happened last year, and something was said, and then the cars stopped parking there. The no parking sign on the street was taken down and then put back up by the town, from what I understood. And but now people are still parking, I mean, right by the sign. For me personally, I'd like to say, that I'm really concerned about the cars going down the street, but I mean, it's hard getting in and out of my own driveway, and that presents a problem, especially, at 5 in the morning when it's dark, you can't see the car. When I go home tonight, I'm not going to be able to see. So it's a problem just backing in or pulling into the driveway. So, just that's my concern. There's not a lot of other people that I see in the neighborhood doing it. I know it's not a huge problem. It's more of an annoyance. But, I would like something done, especially since they're parking right next to the sign,
Chief?
So in response, your email did get noticed.
Okay, great.
Taken care of. I have taken note that it's on the code violation status report. I'm looking at the two addresses that I'm sure you're referring to.
Correct.
And the action has started on that. We're going to try to resolve it again. If not, they're going to get citations.
Okay,
And we'll
excellent.
have to keep citation them until they understand.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Is there anybody else tonight that wanted to speak that did not sign up? Okay. All right, let's go on to our committee reports, communication, and rental housing, intergovernment relations.
We just have the rental housing that we propose, we'll go there. Candidates from the area, local candidates are starting to start up their campaigns. Please look into that information in terms of what represents you the best. Communication, I would say even off of what gentleman here just said, is like communicate with your neighbors. You're going to park somewhere. That would be nice if you kind of let something know, and it's not a permanent parking spot. It's like 2 or 3 hours. Everybody's willing to be tolerant of it, but it's not a permanent parking spot, especially as the nights get a little bit dark early, and make sure we're communicating with parties. I hope everybody has parties, but just communicate what's going on, and no bottlenecks would be nice. So that's it.
Thank you. Capital projects audit overview, Councilman Miller.
I attended the virtual meeting with Matt with MDE, and a lot of useful information come out of that. I'd personally like to congratulate Corporal Garner. Him and I worked together for a lot of years, a lot of good stories. And one in particular, and I know he's over at the police station probably watching the meeting right now. I think he went over, but he calls me one day on the radio and he says, "I need a rope." And I said, "What do you need a rope for?" He said, "Well, I have a loose horse out here on Water Tank Road." And I got him a rope from the maintenance shop and went out. There he was holding the horse. And I have proof. I still have the picture in my phone from that. So, but congratulations to Ron for 41 years of police service, and congratulations to the entire Manchester Police Department. We have a very good group, very good group. So, that's it.
Thank you. Community improvement projects, education outreach.
Okay, so
Councilwoman Amelia?
I know there's a lot of fall activities coming up. Councilperson Bocelli's going to speak of some of them. Just as you're out doing the fall activities, please be mindful of the kids. Please be mindful that they are visible. A lot of the costumes in the dark are hard to see, so make sure you're wearing something reflective, something glow stick-wise, something that helps us to notice that you're there. Additionally, between now and our next meeting, I'm going to work on coordinating the town tree decorating to make sure that we're going to have a tree where we need it. We've had wonderful support from the elementary school with the students decorating creating the decorations and then decorating them themselves. So I'll work on getting all of that ironed out with you and have it ready to go.
Thank you very much. Okay, Councilman Bocelli?
I have two things to report on. Charlotte's Quest presents Haunted Woods Trail, October 17th and 18th from 7 to 10 p.m. It's $18 in advance, $20 the day of. This year, the Fall Fun Trail will be set up for the whole month of October, so visit any time to walk the stroller-friendly trail and see many beloved characters. For tickets, visit charlottesquest.org. The other thing is from the Lineborough Manchester Lions Club. They're having their Halloween costume contest and cakewalk October 27th at 6:30 p.m. It'll be held at the Lions swimming pool. There is a rain date of October 29th at 6:30 p.m. Trophies awarded to best homemade costume, most colorful, cutest costume, funniest costume, scariest costume. Cakes donated by local businesses will be won at the cakewalk. All ages welcome, but must be in costume. That would be it.
Thank you very much. Councilman Cuneo?
Yeah, the Planning and Zoning Committee did meet on September 16th. Brenda Din from the Carroll County Department of Planning and Land Management was there, and she reviewed Manchester's portion of the water resource element, which is part of the county's master plan with us again. The board did vote to push it through to a 60-day review, so it'll come back in December.
Thank you very much. Our youth representative, Emma?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Hi, if you don't already know me, I'm Emma. I'm a student at Manchester Valley High School, and I have been serving as the youth representative since last October. This is my first meeting back for this year, and it's amazing to be back. If you can't tell, I lost my voice a little bit. This Saturday was our homecoming dance, which was very fun, and our homecoming football game was on Friday against South Carroll. We lost.
Can't win them all.
But it's okay, because our varsity field hockey team and our JV field hockey team has been doing great. Varsity field hockey won against Westminster 2-1. JV field hockey tied against Westminster 1-1. And then our varsity field hockey team won again versus Century 6-1. And JV won against Century 4-0. So we're doing pretty good over there. Varsity and JV volleyball both won against Liberty High School, which is great. Golf won versus Hereford, Boonesboro, and South Carroll with a score of 151. Our golf team is currently one of the top rated in the county. Let's see, where else? Cross country had a meet in Hunt Valley, and 13 of our Manchester Valley High School racers set personal records at that meet, which is amazing. And that's all sports-wise. This Saturday, the 18th, the class of 2027, which is my grade, we're having our spooky bingo, which every year the different classes do bingo fundraisers to raise money for the class, which pays for graduation stuff. It pays for our prom dances, our homecoming dances. So all of that money goes directly to support us. The theme is spooky bingo. So if you come to the bingo wearing a costume, you can win a prize. There will be prizes awarded for the best costumes. And all of the bingo bags, they're really nice. They're it's funded by the grade and different students in the grade. They sponsor bags. So they're designer purses like Michael Kors, a bunch of really, really nice Veer Bradley. And they're stuff. There's so much stuff in them that you can win, and it's amazing. So if you are interested in buying tickets for bingo, they are, I want to say $25 online, but then they're going to be up to $30 at the door. So I have information on that. If you're interested after the meeting, you can come talk to me. I'm working on getting a QR code set up that I can bring to meetings where you can scan and find all of the links for the school. It's just been a bunch of different workarounds with my school laptop and my personal accounts interfering with the ability to share that information, but that's something that's in the works. Let's see, we've got homecoming week was last week. We had our spirit days, our pep rally. Our seniors won the coveted spirit saddle, which is awarded to the grade level with the most spirit, and it's traditionally the seniors, but the juniors put up a good fight this year. It was a really close call. At our football game on Friday, it was also marching band alumni night. So we had a bunch of graduated Manchester Valley High School students return and play with our school marching band at our game against South Carroll, which was wonderful. We have our senior directed one acts coming up. I'm actually assistant directing one of our shows. This year we have 3 shows. We have Sorry, Wrong Number, which is a murder mystery like horror type show about a woman who's trying to get in contact with the police because she overhears a murder on her telephone. We have Modern Fairy Tale Epic Fails, which is like a retelling of your traditional fairy tales in a more modern like sense in the current age. And then we have Goldilocks on Trial, which is it's the traditional story of Goldilocks, but she gets in trouble for breaking into the bear's house. And it's this whole story about her court case, dealing with all this stuff. But those are coming up on November 7th, November 8th, November 14th, and November 15th. So you have about a month. We don't have a ticket link yet, but as soon as we do so, I'm sure I'll say something about it at our next meeting. But also on November 8th, we have the Veterans Day Assembly, which begins at 4:30 prior to the 1X. So if you're a veteran or if a member of your family is a veteran, you can come to the school. It'll be like a dinner, a ceremony, and then you can come watch the 1X and come see the show, which will be really great. They do that every year. It always has an amazing turnout. It's traditionally sponsored by the National Honor Society, and it's always really nice. Next week, we have auditions for our International Thespian Society show, which is like the top level of theater. It's called The Price, and it's a really sad show about a mom chasing down death to stop it from taking her daughter. But that'll be really good. We have our final, I had one more sports thing that I forgot to say earlier. Our final home football game is on the 31st, which is Halloween, but that's also the marching band senior night and the football senior night. So if you want to show up to the football game instead of going trick-or-treating, you can do that, or you can do both. I would like to take a moment to congratulate 2 of our seniors, Drew Troutman and Logan Dean, on National Merit Recognition for our school for their outstanding PSAT scores in their junior year. Tomorrow night, we have a restaurant fundraiser at Greenmount Station, which if you go between the hours of 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. and mention supporting Manchester Valley High School, 15% of sales go directly to our school to all of the grade levels. Sorry, I have a lot of announcements.
Keep going.
I think this is the last one. On November 8th, or November 21st, we're having the 8th annual Manchester Valley High School Voice Competition. Auditions for that are coming up at the end of the month, but it'll feature 10 students that are selected in this first round of auditions, and they go up there and they sing, and you get to vote on who wins. Entry will be $5, but concessions are going to be provided by the Performing Arts Boosters. That's everything. There's so much going on this month. It's our busiest time of year, the fall season. But
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I know you have a lot of things that you're applying for and grants
Yes,
and
so
all that
many,
different
but
stuff, so
Junior year,
keep us
really
posted on
stressful.
that, okay? Because I know
I will.
keep us
Yes,
posted. I
definitely.
sent everything into Miss Reese, so I haven't heard. I mean, I know
Okay,
she has
yeah.
it, but
Yeah, I think she submitted my application
okay,
for that.
great.
It's a great.
Great.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Okay, one more thing before we finish up. Let's talk about our town council meeting next month real quick. I know Wednesdays aren't good for some people. Okay, so no Wednesday, no Thursday. Can we do it on Mondays or can we not do Mondays? Is anybody not available on Mondays? Which would be the 10th.
That's fine.
You good? Everybody good for that, Ryan?
As far as I know, yep.
Okay. Chief, Kelly? Okay, you want to do that? Since everybody can basically make it, or if one person's missing, we'll figure it out. Okay. All right, so it will be Monday, November 10th, just for next month. Okay, great. All right, can we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night.
Good night.